It's going to bug me.
Does this sound better? Can you hear me now?
Yep.
All right. The fuck?
Hey, Bill, did you go to work today or did you work from home?
Work from home.
Oh, that would have been cool if you used the fucking 10 hours that you had at home to figure this shit out beforehand, you idiot.
I was busy.
A lot of ammunition for Dr. Big Mac right now. A lot of ammunition. But I do like your little background there. Is that a flag or is that a multi thing?
It's a flag. It's nice.
Nice.
Just got it.
Looks great. Good old Pat the Patriot.
Yeah, it's my favorite logo. I love the Pat Patriot logo. It's the best one.
I like it too. I don't know why so many people shit on it.
I wish they
Really?
would go.
Who the
I
hell
wish they
shit
would-
on it?
I wish they would go back to it.
Me too.
I don't
A
know.
white helmet.
Are you wearing a Dame Dollar jersey, Ray?
The best
You slut. Is he climbing your charts from number 3 to number 1?
in the bubble, he's number one right now.
Number
If
1 in
you-
your heart?
Number 0 in your program.
56 points per game since he missed those 2 free throws against whoever they played, LA. Yeah.
Not a
You
bad
have
little
to-
stat, Bill.
Devin Booker made that shot against them, though.
Yes, he did falling away too, like
Just
a real OG.
Just
Yeah,
saying.
is Booker in the playoffs? Asking for a friend.
Oh, because if the Blazers lose, aren't they out? Or it's a play-on game?
It's called a playing game. It's called a playing game. I'm actually. Did have the Suns lost yet in the bubble?
Nope.
Just wondering.
Were you
Just
asking for a
wondering.
friend? Oh, you
No.
were, you were wondering.
No,
Oh,
he was
okay.
the friend.
I don't have any friends, so
Yeah, makes sense.
because I'm an asshole, and so are you.
And so is it Bill.
And Bill's a
That's-
dumb asshole.
And that's why we talk to each other, because we're all assholes.
Welcome to the Simple Mind Sports Show. Friday headlines, August 14th. Here we go.
Here we go.
Friday headlines, ladies and gentlemen, are brought to you by Wild Basin, our favorite seltzer, the best seltzer. If you haven't had it yet, go get yourself some at your local establishments. Where have you guys been seeing them up there in the Great North?
Whole Foods, Hannaford.
Hannaford's got it. Whole Foods.
So pretty much anywhere. It's made by Oscar Blues Brewing, the guys that brought you Dale's Pale. What do I got here? I got a classic lime, which is just refreshing as hell on a hot day in the steamy studio home office I have, sweating my balls off. So Wild Basement, Friday headlines, Simple Mind Sports Show. Go get yourself some. Quench your thirst. That's Sprite. Don't at me. Look, we all know where we're going to start. We got Bruins game 1. We're in the NHL playoff, boys. It's playoff hockey, and it felt like it did not, except for the fact it was at 11 a.m., and it was fucking amazing. It was amazing.
Yes, it was.
I actually lasted till noon before I got my first beer. I think they were down 0-1, and between the stress and the excitement, that's as long as I lasted. But obviously, we all know what the Bruins came away with the win 4-3 in double overtime after getting pushed from a 5 overtime game. So the playoffs are not disappointing even in the bubble. Quick recap: Carolina got up early 1-0 on a one-timer. They got Tuukka Rask moving. Bruins tied it up off the face-off. Marchand to Pasta on a beautiful little feed.
Gorgeous.
Boston took the goal on the controversy of the day, the hand pass, no hand pass, cover up, no cover up by Merzarak, how the fuck you pronounce it. Coyle cleaned that one up. Carolina tied it up on a awful fucking turnover by Pasta on the power play. We'll get into that one. Brock McGinn takes a breakaway and look, just deked the shit out of Tuukka. I mean, he didn't really stand a chance in that move. Beautiful move.
No chance.
Krejci on the Kasha rebound. That was a nice little play to go up 3-2 in the third. And then Hayden Fleury with Tuukka's worst moment of the day, burying a simple little wrist shot from deep. But then obviously old Bergie in playoff hockey, man. He was kind of quiet all night, and he woke up overtime, dish from Pasta on the rush, cleans it up in double OT. So let me send it to you, hockey guy Bill. What was some of the things that just stood out to you right off the bat?
The quote-unquote perfection line kind of showed up. You had 2 goals, including a game winner. You had Pasternak scored the first goal and then helped on the fourth goal in overtime. So, I mean, that line kind of looked like they came to play. I mean, Pasternak, I like his puck handling was better, but he was still kind of bad on the turnovers. He had a bad turnover that led to a breakaway shorthanded goal. I thought that was your best line all night. I mean, I think outside of like Charlie Coyle, I think that's about it. I mean, you saw Jake DeBrusk. I was very disappointed in him. I think he missed 2 open nets.
Yeah,
badly missed them. And
one real bad one, and his touch was apparently bad in that game. Not to steal your point, and bring it right back to you though. Well, actually, continue. I just kind of disagree with a little bit of the best lines of the day, but we'll get into that.
But yeah, another thing I thought was really good was David Krejci showed up, and Andre Koshik, I was a huge fan of yesterday. I mean, he was definitely around the puck. You saw the speed, you saw the talent, which why you traded a first-round pick basically to get him. And that's what they need on that. They need that on that second line because you don't have the secondary scoring. I've been preaching it from day one. So if you can get contributions out of Koshik, I think he had 2 assists on the day. So, I mean, you can get some secondary scoring out of that line. It's going to be huge because, again, I don't trust Jake DeBrusk right now. And yesterday proved it. He could not hold on to the puck, and he could not hit the net to save his fucking life. And when he did, he shot it directly in his chest or his pads. So he's a guy I think there's a lot of pressure on him with this upcoming free agency. But, I mean, we need something more out of him.
Bill, sorry to interrupt you, but and Ray, tell me if I'm wrong here. I think Bergeron's line was probably the best line. They were the most effective. 2 goals, 2 assists, or 3 assists, I think, 4 assists maybe with Pasta. They were in the action all day, but they also had more mistakes that can come up. The surprise to me was Krejci's line. Koshik looked good, like you said, and yeah, DeBrusk had glaring issues with his touch, but he logged the most minutes as a forward. He had 25 minutes, just over 25 minutes, and he was in the action. Now, I get it. Him not finishing those goals is ugly, but he was in the action, man. He was around the puck. That line was in the game all day long. So, you know, I guess you could say that's kind of a good and bad thing from a DeBrusk standpoint. But after watching the game, you and I were shitting on him pretty hard during the game. After kind of going back and looking at it, I kind of lessened my take a little bit on DeBrusk. What do you think, Ray? What was some of the things that stood out to you?
Yeah, I wouldn't be so hard on DeBrusk, but the thing that stood out to me is Char's hurting this team more than helping this team right now. I think he's the big catalyst on this team that he's hurting. He's supposed to be on your first line defenseman, and like Bill texted us, McAvoy double shifted half the night. I mean, what do you have, 29 minutes, Bill, I think you said?
20 yeah, Char had 25 minutes total minutes played before we're on the penalty kill, so he had roughly 21 minutes 5-on-5 play, and McAvoy had 29. So they were listen to the pregame. They were kind of hiding him a little bit. So Carolina's got a lot of speed, which is what is his biggest downfall right now.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, which I've been kind of preaching, you're not going to drop him down, but you are going to start putting McAvoy out in better situations. So you're going to get rid of the Jeremy Lazos or the world in the third line, and you're going to start doubling up him. So, you're going to hide Chara more, but you're still going to pair him up. He's not going to take other shifts with other guys. He's still going to be paired up with McAvoy, but you're seeing the best defenseman play the most minutes on the team now, and you're seeing the Jeremy Lazos of the world, the Lorenzo, whatever his name is. Lazon. You're going to see him lose minutes in McAvoy play, and he had a little bit of a scare. I'm telling you, Rich. I was watching the national feed, and he walked off the bench after a hit, rubbing his eyes, walked right into the locker room. But I mean, he came right back.
He had what we call an Edelman headache.
Yeah, Edelman headache.
Yeah.
But I mean, I thought McAvoy was a pleasant surprise too.
Well, that kind of gives me my next question. I was going to ask you, who do you think was the best player on the ice for the Bruins last night, and/or combination with what do you think the Bruins did best? And I'll just give you mine. I think it's everyone. McAvoy, I think, shined above everyone else last night. He was everywhere. He had an assist. Total ice time was over 33 minutes, including everything.
Because he plays
5
power
shots.
Play,
yep. I mean, he's a big power contributor on the power play. He's a contributor everywhere. He's turning into the player that we all expect him to turn into, and it's really fun to watch and fun to see. Just watching him handle the puck into the zone a couple times, and he even got a shot off once or twice. That was that's the kind of skill set that you need to see, and this is why we like Cassidy, right? He's not afraid to go against the mold. He'll double shift him, given the opportunity to kind of do those type of things. So I had McAvoy as my number one guy. I could go a couple different places, but I'll shoot it to you guys. Anything, what were the best things the Bruins were doing, or who stood out to you as best on the ice?
Bergeron. I mean, he had the game winner. He had the game winner, Bill. Bill, sometimes when you make those facial expressions, I wish I had a gun so I could shoot you right between the fucking eyes. Seriously. It'd be the most glorious day of my life. But Bergeron, he scored
what do the kids call it, Bill? Triggered?
Yes.
Ray is very
triggered.
Very easily triggered by Billy Badward's facial expression.
I just raised my eyes up, and next thing I know, I'm getting threatened to be shot in the face. Like, this is shit. I'm in a good mood, and you're trying to kill me now? Come on.
Because of that gray glare, man. It fucking darts right in. That's why I wear glasses. It protects me. You should try it next time, Ray.
I have to bring my glasses down. But no, Bergeron scored the game winner. I mean, obviously that stood out. I mean, the first line, the erection line, as Mitch likes to call him. I mean, I think hands down the best player on that line. Pasta did gave up a shitty play and added to a goal. So, I mean.
Yeah, Pasta did enough things bad to make his good things
But it was
stink.
also on the power play, too, which is tough because you're playing a forward on the point. And I was saying this.
Your worst forward. Look, let me get this out of the way.
Switch a lot.
I want to go on to who sucked. Look, I know I've been hard on Pasta going into these playoffs. I think a lot of people have. David Pastrnak with the fucking puck on his blade anywhere on the ice, but especially trying to go into the offensive zone. Fuck that noise. Give it to your line mate. Go find an angle and shoot, because the sloppiness of him trying to maneuver with the puck on his blade is getting a little bit too hard to watch. And they shouldn't put him on the point. He just shouldn't be on the point because of stupid shit like that. He single-handedly was responsible for a game-time goal last night or yesterday morning, whatever day.
Yesterday morning. Well, I mean, like I said, they kind of rotate their forwards too, and he just got caught in a bad. Most of the time he sits in Ovechkin's wheelhouse, in the left wing side.
Stop making excuses for Pastrnak, Ray. And Bill. I also don't want to turn this into a bashing fest. We are on the segment of what they did good, and we automatically went to Pasta being a piece.
Well, now we're going to bad. So I mean, I guess it rolls.
No. I want to hear who you. I guess you've been kind of touting the horn of everybody. I got to disagree. I don't know if Bergeron was bad per se, Ray, but he came on late and had some good plays. But the third period, he had some bad turnovers at the blue line too, trying to get in the zone. So
he scored the game winner. How can you not say that he wasn't the best player on the ice?
Because you didn't watch the game.
Everything that I've said before and after you fucking talked.
Right, you wouldn't watch the game. We listen to the fucking.
Hold on, Bill. Start again, Bill. Go again.
You didn't watch the game. You didn't watch the game. Bergeron was disappeared the whole fucking game.
For you listeners, Ray just made an audible gasp. Or non-audible gasp.
He was done the whole game. Once our stream comes out from the game yesterday morning, you'll see it, because we were bitching about the same thing. You didn't hear Bergeron's name once until the first overtime.
Yeah, he did win. He did win that face-off. They got it to Martian and got it to Pastrnak on the first goal. But
I have to apologize to both of you real quick. I have a job and I was working. I apologize that I couldn't watch.
Correction, Ray. Both Bill and I were working. The stream will show we were taking calls during the game. As a matter
we
of
were
fact,
doing a meeting.
The game winner, both of us were muted, screaming at the computer without noise.
I'm in a work meeting because it went to double fucking overtime. I figured we'd be plenty at 2:30. I'm like, fuck. And then I hear Rich screaming in the background. The person I'm in the meeting with is like, are you watching TV? I was like, no, don't worry about that.
I mean, look, I'm in Maryland. At least, your work is in Massachusetts. Everybody should know the Bruins have a game on at 11.
Yeah, yeah.
Of course I'm watching TV. What the fuck? I'm at home. We got a playoff game at 11. What do you think is happening?
I was working the whole time. I was typing on my computer the whole time. I was on my iPad.
I was working. I got shit done. All right. Who sucks? So, Bill, are you gonna fall back to DeBrusk? I know that you were hard on him. Is he gonna top your list, or who's come to the top? I guess maybe we throw out Chara, because I don't know if he cost him as badly as Ray talked about, but he certainly hasn't looked good. So, all right. Sorry. Who do you have at the top of your suck list?
Nick Ritchie.
Okay.
Nick Ritchie. I think every puck that was in the corner, he was getting pushed off of it. He was very sloppy the whole game. I thought he was your worst forward on the ice from the start. I mean, if he keeps playing like this, what's the point of having him on your third line? Drop him down to your fourth line. I would rather move Chris Wagner up. I mean, you know what you're going to kind of get. Chris Wagner, he's nothing special. I was kind of shitting on him a little bit yesterday because he kept shooting again right into the puck. If he had a little more skill, he'd be way better than the fourth line guy. But Nick Ritchie was just a joke. You brought him in for some toughness. I didn't see a lot of big hits coming. I didn't see a lot of protecting your own guys. And again, the loose pucks battles around the boards is a guy that you brought him in to fight for those pucks, and he lost every battle. I thought just watching him play, he was the worst forward on
Let me ask you this, because you got Studnicka, who looked good in the round robins, and he's more of a finesse skill guy, and you're taking on a very fast team. Does that play a part in the Nick Ritchie factor in game one? Maybe the play is a little too fast for his style of play right now. You got another young kid that might be able to match it. You know, maybe Cassidy can kind of mix and match, and when you run into some bigger teams, Nick Ritchie will, come out and shine a little bit more.
I mean, I don't think he's a fit on that third line, Studnicka, and I thought he only looked good game one because by game two, the second period, he was already benched. And you saw it in the third game, and I think they brought him back for the fourth game, but they benched him in the second game. They put him in the press box the third game, and I can't remember the fourth game, but after game one, he has kind of looked not great. So, I mean, I think you're rolling the same lineup tonight that you did last night or yesterday morning. So you're going to kind of see he's going to keep rolling with it. I think if you see Nick Ritchie struggle, you might get that David Backes treatment where you kind of pull him out like you did last year. But as of right now, I mean, I don't think Studnicka would play a fit on that line unless he moved DeBrusk down or Andre Kasich. But what I saw out of Kasich and Krejci yesterday, I think that line I would like to keep together.
That line's
so
kind
I
of
mean,
rolling.
You can move up Nordstrom, or Corrali. I wouldn't mind seeing Sean Corrali on that line. I love Corrali. I'm a big, huge Corrali guy, and he scores a lot of big goals in the playoffs. So you have options.
That fourth line's kind of clicking too with the energy. So we'll see. Ray, who did you have at the top of your bag of suck?
I agree with Bill totally, but again, Chara, obviously. I just don't like Chara. I just don't like him. I think he's a big goof that needs to fucking retire. So that's my hatred towards the Boston Bruins for one player.
That's
Chara.
fine. We can say, look, maybe it's not that you don't like him. You just understand that his age is caught up to him, and it's showing on the ice. It's reflecting on the ice. And you've now spent, if this is our second month doing the podcast, 2 months focusing on hockey, and it's really starting to piss you off.
Well, probably a month and a half.
Probably a month and a half. It took the first Bruins show of you saying nothing for 45 minutes to really dive into the hockey world.
That's true.
And now after a month and a half, you go, who's this fucking Chara guy everyone's been talking about for 10 years? He's
He did have a couple good plays with, he was.
Look, he had an awesome long ass 10-foot long stick.
That's what I'm talking about, which was a bad turnover by McAvoy. So don't forget that. That was a bad turnover by McAvoy in the neutral zone where his 10-foot stick broke up basically a breakaway. So I mean, it's the good and the bad with him. He's a first line defenseman. He's a top 4 guy on the Bruins, but if he was on any other team, he's a bottom 6 guy. Right?
Sorry to interrupt you. Because this is going to bring. So you guys mentioned it. Nick Ritchie's at the top of a lot of people's lists. DeBrusk stands out for his lack of touch. Chara's been a liability from the beginning. I just went to the defense as a whole. I didn't dive into who was on the ice for all the goals, but there's 3 of them. So let's just call the defense. And they played pretty well most of the game. One thing we haven't touched on is the Bruins kind of dominated this game. They were in control of it for the most part all the time. But when they did give up their goals, it was the defense was overreacting, overcommitting, not being in the right spot, not at the right time, just playing a little bit sloppy in just enough amount of time in the NHL playoffs where it cost you. So, I don't know if they're at the top of my bag of suck, but that was a little bit disappointing to see. And when you move forward in the playoffs, which hopefully we're all expecting the Bruins too, you're not going to be able to get away with that. You're not going to be able to get away with that.
Can I just throw out one honorable mention, Tuukka Rask, please? Because he looked like he hasn't played hockey in 3 years and looked rusty as fuck. And I think that second goal, not the first goal on the one-timer, I think he got moving the other way. I think if he had more, it wasn't so rusty, he's making that save. And then I shit on him a lot. You and I did, Rich, on the third goal. But again, I was listening to the national guys, and even Milbury kind of laid off a little bit. You kind of saw the replay. He was screened. He just didn't get over in time. I think he just reacted late. But hold on, let me finish. I think you see that he makes that save if he's not so rusty. And again, that goes back to me play him every fucking day. That's the biggest thing. So that's where again, I'll throw an honorable mention because he wasn't that great. And a lot of the long rebounds, that's a sign of rust too, because you're supposed to control those. And a few that he was real bad on that could have been goals. Go ahead, Ray. Sorry.
No problem. After tonight, if they win tonight, you will no longer be able to shit on him. You'll be shitting out of him from your butthole tattoo, Billiam.
The butthole tattoo is never happening.
First of all, Ray, they got to win 16 of them for him to shit out of his butthole. If they win tonight, that'll be 2.
I'll feel very comfortable after tonight. Going back to back, I mean.
Why? So
and
he
again,
has 14
this is being released on
to
Friday,
win.
so by tonight we mean last night, and we're celebrating a Bruins win, hopefully.
Yeah.
But it was actually great segue, Bad Words, because I was going to ask you, we know your answer, so let me go to you, Ray. Would you start? We know Tuukka is starting in Game 2. This is Friday morning now. We know Tuukka started last night in Game 2. So let me ask you, Ray, would you start him?
3-11 on back-to-backs career. Yes, I start him. You got to get him. You got to get him.
The old rope-a-dope.
Wow,
the old rope-a-dope on that one there, Dave.
You got to get him going. Like Billy Badward says, you got to get him in that groove. You got to get him going. You got to play him back-to-back. Get him fucking on that ice.
No. I'm saying no. Here's why. He's a mental fucking M-word. Sorry, beep.
Oh, you can't say that. Beep.
Can't.
No, you can.
Okay. Look, he's fragile. So the only way I'll put it this way: the only way I'm okay with this if he went to Cassidy and said, "I'm playing tomorrow. I got to play tomorrow." Then you're taking initiative. You're jumping through your own mental hurdles of being a lunatic. But if Cassidy put him in there without like that discussion, without him really stepping up to it, then I just don't know if I'm okay with it. He's been eating personal pan pizzas with Dr. Big Mac on the golf course, throwing down wild basins was his training. He said he didn't touch a puck the whole time. Like you just said, Bill, he looks rusty. I understand your guys' point. Let's get him going. Let's get him rolling. But you just took 4 fucking games that you said didn't matter to you because they're playing games. We got to beat everybody so we can kind of take it easy and rest our guys. Isn't that a similar concept right now? You just got up 1-0 on the Hurricanes. They should be a lesser opponent. Can't you get away with 1 game of Tuukka Rask not playing on a back-to-back? If that's your fucking mentality going into the playoffs, it just seems a little bit not consistent to me from a Cassidy standpoint. Combine that with Tuukka Rask is mentally fragile, and if he comes out and sucks tonight, what's the backlash moving forward where they got to play on Saturday?
If he came into Bruce Cassidy's office and was like, I know it's a back-to-back. I know I suck on back-to-backs and I want to play, I would respect him way more than I do right now because he's the type of guy that would come in and be like, I don't want to play. It's back-to-back. I'm 3-11 in back-to-backs. But again, this is the easiest series on paper that you're going to play. I know everybody picked against the Bruins. I picked them for a sweep. But, I mean, you look at the next round, you could face Tampa, you could face the Capitals, the Islanders, so this is the easiest series you're going to possibly face. You need to get him going. You need to get him in that groove that he was going. Let him play every fucking game, live and die. It's the playoffs, baby. You live and die, but you're number 1. Unless he came out and gave like 8 goals, all this other shit, you live and die by Tuukka. He's the best chance you're going to win a Stanley Cup. He's a Vezina winning goalie. He's going to win the Vezina this year. Live and die by Tuukka. I know Halak has played well this year, but you live and die. This is crunch time now. You live and die by Tuukka. And that's someone that's saying I never see Tuukka winning a cup with the Bruins, but he's your best chance. Plain and simple.
He's the Bruins number 1, but soon, Bill, he's going to be on your number 2.
No, he's not. Jesus. I hope they go to the finals and he gets injured game 6 because I'm just gonna do fucking cartwheels with my asshole hanging out.
Coming with the jokes. Look, yeah, I completely bullshit my take. I think you should play too. There's no fucking way you should play.
You're just trying to be like, because we both agreed. Yeah, we gotta have someone that disagrees.
Gotta spice it up, and Ray doesn't know shit, so he just is going with the fucking flow. Anything else kind of standing out to you guys? The Bruins, obviously, we got them. Again, this is a Friday show. We're recording on Thursday. It's like 6 o'clock, whatever time it is. So we're anticipating the Bruins. We'll kind of give some live updates on that. Anticipations for tonight's game. Let's do that. Hockey guy Ray, what are you looking for?
Win.
Excellent. Hockey guy Bill.
Power play. You got that power play rolling. You're over since you came back. You know, again in the stream we had yesterday, Rich, I preached that you have the best power play in hockey, or number 2, I think, this year. You got to get this power play. You got to get this power play whirling. You know, you don't have to worry about so much as 5-on-5 ice when you got the best power play unit in the NHL. And David Pastrnak had 22 power play goals last year out of 48, or this year. So I mean, you get this team roll, you get this power play rolling, and you're going to put yourself in an advantage every game.
You could say good news, bad news. If they're 0-for on the power play yesterday, that's a negative. I pointed out the defense wasn't as good as it could be. Those were your two strengths in the regular season. If those were your two weaknesses at this point, you combine that with a good 5-on-5 play that they've developed, then you're looking pretty good. You know what the expectations are for your power play and your defense. If your 5-on-5 can stay as consistent as they are now, then
you're such a fucking.
Jesus, come on, bad words.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that one, but Jesus.
Ray's throwing up a crudely written sign, #Quest for the Butthole tattoo.
I fucking hate you.
In like elementary school fashion, wrote a gigantic hashtag, and then the letters following got smaller and smaller.
I tried to fit it all, and I knew it wouldn't work.
Fit it onto the one piece of paper, and the amount of
bottom of the totem pole intelligence doesn't.
Bottom of the totem pole of dumb. Hockey guy Ray, Dr. Big Mac. Thanks for that, buddy. Yeah, look, I got them winning tonight too. They should win. I will say I didn't mention, speaking to Tuukka Rask, that. Bill, you were with me. That whole second half of the third period, overtime 1, overtime 2, I was just expecting a deep, stupid fucking dribbler to get by Tuukka and have a real bad loss. So I'm going to be nervous about that until he gets back to close to the form he was last year, where he was fucking rolling and you didn't think anything was getting past him. So, that makes me a little bit nervous for tonight. And, but look, the fucking Bruins dominated last night, man. Tuukka basically had almost no pressure all night. The Bruins looked like the superior team. They just got to come play their game, their brand of hockey every single night. And honestly, they should walk away with this in 4 or 5 games.
I think they had 9. I think Carolina had 9 shots through 2 periods. But I think the last 5 minutes of the third, and I told you this yesterday, I thought Carolina dominated, and I think the first 5 minutes of overtime, I thought they dominated. There was a 10-minute stretch where you're like, oh shit, this team's like, they woke up. But then after that, you just saw the Bruins just kind of come back. They weren't scoring because they didn't have great scoring chances, but they dictated the whole play. You saw it in the beginning from the 5-minute mark in overtime on all the way into the game-winning goal. So I mean, you dominated the whole game. There's, again, a 10-minute stretch right in the middle.
That's the staple of Bruins hockey. Just professional, right to the point, grinding it out, and then you let your erection line do your work. You let the power play do the scoring for you.
But that's what we saw. We saw finally the number 1 line. I don't mean to cut you off. I know you're trying to segue, but this is what we need. You saw the number 1 produce 2 goals out of that number 1 line. So here we go, baby. Let's go. Sweep still on, baby. Let's go.
Wouldn't it be really fun to watch those guys just fucking light up the playoffs? Wouldn't it be really fun if those guys just got on an unbelievable roll?
And Pasternak's golden blonde locks. Oof.
Woo, baby.
And
those fucking jagged-ass teeth making me horny.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of horny, the Celtics are horny for Brad Stevens. How's that fucking segue? How is that?
Jesus Christ, dude. I was shocked to see this news today.
So Brad Stevens gets an extension for how long, we don't know. Dr. Big Mac is shaking his head because he fucking hates Stevens worse than he hates Chara. We don't know what the extension is, but let me give you my point at this point. His contract was up next year, 2021. So this is when you get an extension. I
thought he signed an extension, Rich. Didn't he? This is his second or third extension with this team.
He's been with them for 7 years, Bill.
I know, but he signed a 5-year deal, the first one, and he just signed an extension. I think he just got an extension on top of his extension, I thought.
No.
Okay.
I mean, he might have signed an extension before.
He signed an extention first.
Then he signed it early because 2021 was his last year on his current deal. That's what was reported today anyway. Okay. So we don't know how long it is. But look, this is the backlash for and all of us. Ray is the leader of this. Bill's not far behind. I'm not totally on board with the fucking fire Stevens train. I think that he is a good coach. But the talk around town is, I hope the extension is for fucking 10 years type of thing. which I can't get on board. He hasn't won anything yet. He hasn't won a goddamn thing yet. So I have my thoughts on this, but this should be good. Ray, what was your first initial reaction when you heard the Celtics extended Brad Stevens?
So I pulled a Billy Badware today, and I was listening to the radio, and a radio personality, I think, is listening to our show because he uttered the same words that Billy Badwares and myself have been saying all along. Brad Stevens cannot coach superstars. Mm-hmm. In order to win in this NBA league, you need a superstar on your team. You're not going to win a championship with this guy. This guy is not going to win. This guy's
is that a ledger? Is that a ledger bet?
Yeah, I'll fucking bet.
Yeah. Let's put that in the ledger, Ray. Brad Stevens will win a NBA championship with the Boston Celtics.
And if they don't, you have to get his face on your dick hole.
Nope, I won't agree to that because I'm not an idiot like you.
I'm not agreeing to that. You're a dumbass, Bill. You're gonna get a tattoo in your butthole.
It's never gonna happen, you motherfuckers.
It's definitely gonna happen.
No, but seriously, in all seriousness, why would you give him a contract extension right now? The playoffs aren't even over yet. Playoffs aren't even started yet. You give this guy a contract extension? Why? Wait till the season's over. See what the fuck he does. No, you wait till the end of the season to see what he does. So if we start the playoffs and they get swept by the 76ers, who doesn't have Ben Simmons, you think he's worth that fucking contract extension?
No.
Me neither.
Can I counter your point though, right?
Let me get your take, Bill. Let me get your sorry to interrupt you. Let me get your take because I'm gonna have to play bad cop against you guys with Brad Stevens here. So go ahead, Bill.
I just want to reiterate, he can't coach a superstar. I think coaching is the most overrated thing in basketball. I don't think you need a good coach to be an NBA championship. I mean, I think it's a players-driven league. I think in other sports, I think coaching really matters. Football, hockey, and baseball, I think it matters. I think basketball, I don't think it does. I just, so I think Stevens is the right guy for the job as much as I'm on fire Brad. Just because of his in-game stuff, you can't replace him. It's a smart move to sign him for a long-term extension. I mean, who else are you going to sign? And I don't think you're going to bring in another coach to get the best out of your young guys. He's a player's coach. He's a young coach. He kind of relates to the young guys. I mean, yeah, maybe I thought he coached Kyrie just fine, but I think Kyrie was just such a cunt that he didn't get that was the weird dynamic. But if you gave him a LeBron or any of the big superstars, I think he'd be fine coaching those guys. And I think you're seeing it now in Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum and Brown are going to turn into superstars.
So let me jump on your point here, right? Or Bill. So this is where I was going to go with it because Ray, I think Ray, you are correct. I don't think that he knows how to coach superstars, but that's not the same as he can't coach superstars. And what they have now are two budding superstars that he's brought up within his system. So he's not a coach that would take a LeBron James and sit back and let him run the game. He's a coach he's a fucking college coach. So his adjustment, but he's 43 years old. He's been in the NBA for 7 years. He's coached basically fucking college teams until Kyrie got here. Let's be honest. The Isaiah Thomas Celtics were college teams. He needed to coach. All those guys had to fucking play the game of basketball. Jay Crowder was the best contract in basketball because of Brad Stevens. So he is an excellent, excellent basketball coach. He's not quite, in my mind, an excellent NBA basketball coach. But I think he can get there. And to Bill's point, you give him this extension now because, number one, his contract's up at the end of the year. And if they lose to the Celtics in round one,
Pacers. Sixers, sorry.
Sixers, sorry. If the Celtics lose to the Sixers in round one in the bubble in a pandemic and the season starts in, 4 or 5 months in December, you're going to fire fucking Brad Stevens? No. You're not going to fire him, and you're not going to have a lame duck coach with two budding fucking superstars that has come up in his system that love the coach. Marcus Smart loves the coach. They all rally around this coach. Their chemistry is the thing that they've been preaching since the Kyrie fucking disaster. They're not going to blow that up. The only question mark I have is I don't want a Sherrod Blakely fucking 10-year deal pissing out Green, jerking off my fucking green teaming dick for Brad Stevens, who hasn't won a goddamn thing and honestly has underachieved with his best roster in last year. So if it's a 3-year deal, if it's a 4-year deal, something like that, where you're going to see this out through the Tatum and Brown, most of their next contract, no problem. No problem. And if you have to fire him somewhere in between that because he can't get it done, then that's the deal. But the extension itself, I don't have a problem with, right?
Two quick things. Sorry. If you're a superstar, would you want to come to the Boston Celtics after seeing what happened with Kyrie here?
Yes.
Yeah,
'cause
Kyrie's a
Kyrie torpedoed the season last year, and everybody will agree on that.
And Jason Tatum is a Kyrie guy, but no one is as big a cunt as Kyrie.
And
People admire Jaylen Brown around the league at this point, and they're going to want to play with Jason Tatum because he's going to become one of these superstars. And the bigger point here, to your point, Ray, Brad Stevens is going to have to learn how to coach those type of guys. So does Dame Dollar want to come if Kemba?
No, Dame Dollar's gonna stay in Portland and win a championship.
Does one of these big guys want to come and play with the Celtics under Brad Stevens? Yeah, I don't see why. I wouldn't see why not. I don't think the Kyrie disaster is a big enough reason why not at this point. You might be right, but I don't see it at this point.
I don't think so. Just to counter your point, Kemba Walker, say what you want about him as being a superstar, but you just saw what you saw in Kyrie Irving last year and immediately went outside Kemba Walker. You got three, Hal Horford, Kyrie Irving go there, and Kemba Walker in about 3 years.
And Gordon Hayward. I forgot
about Gordon Hayward. So
he was a top free agent in that year, Ray. I know you fucking hate Gordon Hayward. You're kind of just becoming the goddamn haterade on this goddamn show. You hate fucking everybody, but he was a top 3 free agent in that season, and he got max dollars. He was going to get max dollars no matter where he went, and you scored him. And that was because of Brad Stevens. Let's not forget that.
So you could say 4 years. You went Horford. You went.
Where's he now?
I get it, but he opted out. You went Horford, Hayward. You had Kyrie, and then you got Kemba. So I mean, guys are still going to come. As much as Kyrie did want to come.
Kyrie was a trade.
He still wanted to come here. He still wanted to come here,
and he was going to stay here and re-sign. Anyways, let me just.
What's your second point? Because
hey, what'd you say about Eric Spoelstra about a few episodes ago?
I thought he was a terrible coach, but see, hold on.
Fuck off, Ray. You guys are getting us off the rails. You guys are getting us off the rails. I'm intervening.
That coaches don't do anything. If you had Eric Spoelstra up here, then you would have a legit contention to win the championship.
Are you serious?
Hold on, Bill. Don't make me fucking mute you, assholes. Do not make me fucking mute you.
I'm not.
Stay tuned for Fat Tuesdays. On the 18th, we'll be talking everything Celtics as they go into this bubble playoffs. But we have to move on. They are locked into a first-round matchup against the 76ers. I think we can pretty much consider the Sixers dead at this point. No, Ben Simmons is out. Joel Embiid is already making up fucking injuries so he can quit halfway through this thing. And Al Horford is going to get one look at the boys in green and become defeated because he left a honeypot situation for a 4-year, $100 million contract, which is why he left the Celtics, Ray.
Which was still offered by the Celtics. He chose Philly.
Yeah, so suck a dick, Mitch.
Let me just ask you. They didn't offer him $100 million.
They offered him less, though, yeah.
They offered him less. You suck a dick, doctor. Let me just ask you this.
I will.
$10 million. 4 games or 5 games?
6.
Fuck you, Bill.
4.
I go 6.
All right, 4. I'll go 5 and be both. That should start. NBA playoffs start on Monday, 17th. We don't have a schedule yet for the Celtics, but we'll be talking all things Celtics next Tuesday. And they dumped the nothing game today against the Wizards. Romeo Langford, my hope and joy, got hurt. Hopefully he's okay.
Is he a point guard, Rich? I'm just asking for a friend.
They all play, dude. There's no point guard or shooting guys with those fucking little guys. They all intertwine. Fuck off, Ray. Fuck off.
It's positionless basketball in the Brad Stevens system, Ray. You fucking hater. You goddamn fat, jolly ball of hate.
It's relaxed muscle, first of all. It's not fat.
That's what you're cultivating mass. No, it's cultivating mass. You're not getting fat. You're cultivating mass.
When you engage, he is a man child. We're gonna go over.
Marcus Smart was also a shooting guard in college. Okay?
Listeners, because these fucking assholes could not handle their shit, and Bill doesn't know how to set up a mic system. We're gonna go over today. But let me just dive into. Gentlemen, the Red Sox fucking suck. All right, I'm singing a song. I'm singing the song. It's just the playoff scenario is so ridiculous that if they don't make the playoffs, I deserve to sing the song, and so do they. I'm going to write a letter to fucking John Henry that all 50 of them, whatever's on the fucking roster, are going to come and sing backup for me because you blow. You can't make a goddamn playoff system that lets over half the teams in. Fuck you, Red Sox. They're currently losing 10-4, 10-5. They just peppered one in. This game could go all fucking night. It's the 4th inning. It started like 4 hours ago. Just what a fucking shit show. Godley got smoked yesterday. JD face of the franchise. Dr. Big Mac had a grand slam. He's starting to hit a little bit. Who cares? Benintendi went on the IL. That guy's not injured, is he? He's not injured.
Look at that stupid face. Don't you
hold
want to
on.
put a bullet between those eyes?
No, it just popped up and said my internet connection was bad. That's why I was like, "What the fuck?" I'm hardwired in, and I hear you. That was the other face.
Did you pay Comcast?
Yeah, it comes out automatically.
Bill, what did we talk about earlier? Ray is very sensitive to your facial expressions. If you feel the need to make one, make sure it's worth it. Make sure it's fucking worth it, or we're gonna get derailed by the totem pole of fucking dumb.
No, but the Benintendi, first thing I thought last night when he went on the DL was fake injury.
Fake. Totally fake.
Fake. But just weird because he came off a 2-hit night and then like, oh, he got hurt. What do you have, a sprained a rib muscle? What was he trying to do?
He said he hurt a rib diving into third base.
Yeah, he was trying to suck his own dick because he's in a bubble and he doesn't have a wife.
Yep, turf tip. He's got turf tip on his dick.
Oh, yeah. Yep, try to get a little bit of sucky, and then he sprained a rib.
Mm-hmm.
Altuve should try and push that thing. That's a guy that needs an IL stint.
No, that's a guy that needs some fucking trash can lids.
Yeah, no kidding.
We know a guy.
This went viral last night. I don't know how to pronounce his first name. Brusadar Graterol. Went viral, striking somebody out with some nasty filth. For those who don't remember, this is the guy that was in the original Mookie Betts trade from the Twins. He was projected as the Red Sox closer, humming at 90 miles an hour, a decent pitching prospect to bring into an organization that has absolutely fucking zero pitching, which we have seen the beginning of this year. They rejected that, brought that trade back, in my opinion, because of the PR blow that they got when they originally announced the Mookie Betts trade, tried to blame it on some bullshit injury, and now the dude is fucking dealing. And
dude, he's throwing 90. He's throwing 99.
Yep, absolutely
99,
looking like a stud.
99.
Fucking monster.
Wanted to rub a little salt on that Red Sox wound while we're at it. Bill might know. Do you remember who they got instead of Graterol?
Was it the catcher or Jeter Downs? Is one of those. The catcher. Colton Wong. Was that his name? Wong or something?
Connor Wong.
Colton Wong's a infielder for St. Louis. But no, they got him. Minnesota traded him to the Dodgers for a
he's with the Dodgers now.
So the Dodgers actually made out on that Mookie deal because they got him they didn't give a dude. I'm so pissed. You need bullpen help. You had Dustin May there and you had Gatorol and you refused Gatorol, and you should have went after May. Have you seen him?
Yep.
With his luscious red locks, throwing 99 miles an hour with movement that fucking strikes guys out of their knees.
Look, you whiffed, and I don't want to get bogged down in the Mookie Betts trade. Ray, let me give you a second. I don't want to get bogged because we've gone over it. The Red Sox had absolutely fucking zero leverage. Ownership fucked that over that entire thing. Yep. We've gone over this already. I don't totally blame it on Hyman Bloom, but his introduction into Red Sox Nation has been, let's call it, less than fucking stellar. All right, moving on to a little bit of Patriots news. Cam Newton was all smiles at practice. First time they got into get on, dab it up there, boys. Race. Billy's snip snap,
Billy boy.
Snip snap on the fucking cam trim, man. God, come on,
Billy boy. Welcome back.
I read good things this week with the playbook and with McDaniels and.
How about his Instagram post today or yesterday, whatever it was, where he said, "I'm not here long term. I'm here for a good time," whatever the fuck it said, and it's stupid acrylic.
Well, it's true. It's true. I mean, all the pressure's on him to have a good year, so he can
hate
bounce.
it.
You know what the good time is? You know what the good time is? Win the Super Bowl, baby.
And they ain't win the Super Bowl with Cam Newton. I'll put money on that.
I fucking hate it. But as the days go by, I hate it even more. Fucking mercenary at quarterback. Are you shitting me? Are you fucking shitting me?
Just sip more on these wild basins. You won't be such a hater, bro.
I mean, I know. I wouldn't identify myself as a hater. I feel like I've been pretty fucking consistent about this. I don't like the entire scenario with Cam Newton on the Patriots because of a lot of certain reasons that I refuse to go into. Take your goddamn Matt Patricia pencil and shove it through your fucking eyeball, Ray. I don't want to hear from you at this point. I don't want to hear from you. Dab it up.
He looks like fucking the guy. I sent you the meme. He looks like the guy from Don't Drink Your Orange Juice in the Hood in South Central, whatever the fuck. Marlon Wayans.
Marlon Wayans. That one went viral. Yeah, he did look exactly.
He look just like him.
He does look exactly like it. I don't even care about the hair. I don't even care about the style at this point. I just think, look, if they get off to a bad start, this is going to go fucking downhill so fast. He sucks.
The rumor is though. So what I read this week, real quick. The rumor is they want him to win the job. They dumbed down the playbook. They took a lot of shit out, and they added some option plays, and they're trying to get him to win the job.
I hate that. That is not the way the Patriots do things. I fucking hate it. I think you're walking into a buzzsaw of a disaster with this guy. As I was giving myself some hope and trying to get on it, and as the days go by, as the weeks go by, more and more, you better hope everything goes perfectly right in this scenario. That's the only way this is going to work for Cam Newton.
I'm back on the Cam train.
Yeah.
Dab it up.
Hey, why don't you go get a Brady
snip,
jersey,
snap,
you
snip,
fucking
snap.
douche?
Snap.
I'm back.
Jesus
I'm back. I'm
Go
back,
get a
baby.
Bucks
I'm
jersey, you
back.
fucking bitch.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Oh, because I don't want Cam Newton as a Patriots quarterback. Now I'm
That's
automatically
our
a Bucks
quarterback.
fan?
Yeah.
You're a idiot. Give me
That's my
Stidham.
quarterback. That's my quarterback.
Do you have a pink hat in that closet behind you?
You're not even making sense, you fat fuck. You fat piece of shit, Ray.
You
You're
pink
not
hat.
even what
You
the fuck
pink hat
does
bitch.
pink hat have to do anything? I'm
Because
actually
you're-
thinking about the fucking franchise. I'm actually thinking about the future of the fucking franchise, not
Yeah.
Cam Newton for 1 year where you could suck
Well,
his
we're
stupid
back-
fucking dabbing dick. You
Well, we're
fucking
back in the
star
AFC
fucker.
Championship. Fucking wear a Mahomes jersey, you bitch, because Cam Newton's got a fucking dab on that motherfucking ass.
Yeah, he's gonna throw a goddamn 6-yard out to Edelman in the dirt, and they're gonna lose, and then he's gonna walk off the podium and tell it was somebody else's
God.
fault.
Sounds like your mother.
Oh, welcome back, Billy Boy. I've missed you. I've missed you so much.
Hey, quick hitters in 30 seconds or less. I want to hit on this. Some suspensions went down across the sports world this week or the last couple days. Astros coach Alex Cintron got 20 games. Got 20
Third
games
of the season, dude. That's
for
insane.
chirping Roman Laureano of the A's and instigating a brawl between the teams. It was the funniest fucking shit in the world. And the fact that he got 20 games, look,
That's crazy.
baseball's just, they've lost their fucking minds. They're out there. Nothing matters. Nothing. There's no rules. Nothing exists. Baseball is just fucking done.
God forbid you call another player's mom a cunt and incite a fucking riot, because I think that's what happened. The rumor is he made fun of the guy's mom. So
We need him on the show. We need him on the show immediately.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not with the like you're a nobody fucking coach and you're chirping a player on the field. Fuck you, dude. You get out of here. And you're on the Astros. Get the fuck out of here. That guy does it. Kick him out for the rest of the year. That's a shitty move, but it's fucking hilarious.
I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Let him talk as much shit as he wants. Stop Lariano, what his gay ass name is. Oh shit, sorry.
Oh,
Damn it, Bill.
Tell him to stop being such a bitch, dude.
All right, we're going over. He was being a bitch, but I'm not with the coaches chirping like that.
20 games. That's what 4 over fucking ridiculous amount of games in a.
That's the Joe Kelly. That's the Joe Kelly treatment. So let me. We'll get to Joe Kelly in a minute. Giannis in his 1 game bullshit dog
That's
shit.
bullshit.
Fucking
Should have been
suspension.
3 games.
Oh,
Should have been
easily.
3.
Not going to miss a playoff game. Is only going to miss the last game of the
That's
season that he was
bullshit.
never going to play in anyway. The NBA. Look, you do not want to see the Bucks in this bubble playoffs. You Celtics fans, we better hope someone knocks these guys off early, because Giannis is getting every single call that there is to get. The NBA loves this guy. They're not going to sacrifice their ratings. Giannis is their ticket to wherever they think they're going to go. What a bullshit fucking.
Yeah, and they want him to stay in Milwaukee too. So if you can gift wrap him a championship, it's going to be more often than not he's going to stay in Milwaukee. And if you're the face of a franchise at a shitty franchise, like that's not a big money franchise, keep him in that small market. Don't let him go to that big market and draw more ratings away from the smaller market teams to the bigger market teams. I mean, I feel like that's what's going to happen.
It might be. It's bullshit either way. Doctor Kelsey and Kittle. Probably 1-2 tight ends in the NFL. Just quickly got some big deals today. It's newsworthy. Just give us the deals. They're fucking gigantic.
Kelsey got a 4-year extension, $57 million.
Oh, no, hold on. I thought the Chiefs didn't have any more cap room because Mahomes didn't sign a team-friendly deal, right? I thought, did the doctor forget that one? Did the doctor forget one? Go on.
I didn't forget that.
Shut up, Bo.
Maybe I'll get that Mahomes jersey.
Yeah, you will, because you're a fucking fair weather fan, you little bitch. Anyways, George
And
Kittle.
your haircut sucks.
Yeah, your haircut does suck.
Bill, show us
And-
your haircut, you old bitch.
George Kittle signed a 5-year, $75 million extension. So George Kittle
That's
got a
big.
little bit more.
Who'd you guys want, Kittle or Kelsey?
Kittle.
Kittle. Kittle, because Kelsey's a bitch.
Kelsey is a bitch.
He
Claude
just
Julien,
plays in big games too.
Claude Julien, rough night last night. All best wishes to him. He had some heart issues, had to go to the hospital. Look at the fucking face. It is trigger system. Bill, you trash can. You absolute trash can. The guy almost died. Like, I know we're assholes, but I don't want to see people fucking die. He brought
Fuck
you a
God.
championship. He's on the Mount Rushmore of Dr. Big Matt's Boston sport coaches. You want Claude Julien dying up in fucking Canada because he never thought he was going to be in the playoffs? He pissed away the number one fucking pick.
He's fucking dead to me.
Kobe Bryant is also dead to Bill. I don't know if you remember this, Mitch.
Yeah, no, look, Billy Trashcan's got really soft in the last 2 months we've started this program. He started off real hot, real controversial, and it's really, his temperament's gone down. He's turning.
Hold on. So the fact that I could give two fucks if Claude Julien died makes me a pussy?
You're bringing it back up a little bit. You're bringing it back up a little bit.
Yeah, I think he's a pussy. I could care less about Claude Julien.
I would
Let
like
him
to
fucking
speak
die.
for the show and say best wishes to him and his family. Joe Kelly hates snitches. Snitches get stitches. 5 games from 8 games down to 5. He won his appeal. Here's his quote. Quote, "The people who took the fall for what happened is nonsense. Yes, everyone is involved, but the way that sign-stealing system was run over there was not from the coaching staff, ... They're not the head boss in charge of that thing." Kelly says, it's the players. So now the players get immunity. And they all go, all they do is go and snitch like a little bitch. And then they don't have to get fined. They don't have to lose games. End quote. Joe Kelly, the American hero.
That's my new favorite baseball player.
Smoking Joe Kelly.
Yep.
He's going to lose. He's going to still lose half the season. He's on the IR now.
He's on the IL. He can't serve
he-
the suspension until he gets off. But yeah, just what a line. What an absolute line. All they do is go snitch like a little bitch.
He's
and
also
they don't
a
have to get fined or lose any game.
He's also a hypocrite, too, because the 2018 Red Sox were accused of cheating, and he was on that team, so Joe Kelly can go fuck himself.
It was the 17 Red Sox, first of all, and I'm sick of the hypocritical fucking ways they didn't.
It was the 17 Astros, and it was the 2018 Red Sox because Alex Cora brought the cheating scandal to 18.
Nope. They didn't get caught for that, Bill. They got caught for the Apple Watch thing. They got caught for the Apple Watch thing.
They got
They
caught
got
for the Apple
tied
Watch
into the fucking 18 thing with Alex Cora.
because there was rumors that they were fucking cheating with
and
video.
they didn't come up with anything. I'm not trying to be a homer here, but they didn't fucking get caught for that thing. If you want to talk about thing when Joe Kelly was on the team, it was the year with the Apple Watch and John Farrell. They got caught cheating, and
But
that's
they
why the
also
Astros got
trouble
bagged as
from the
bad
Reds.
as they did
also got
because
trouble. They lost a second-round pick for 2018 cheating.
of the video shit. It wasn't
your
the
mom's
same
got a
goddamn
video.
thing.
Shut up, Ray. What do you want?
3 things. Is this the last thing we're talking about, Joe Kelly?
This has been the Simple Minds Sports Show.
2, why do you always yell and say Ray when Bill's wrong? Is it just a thing that comes up like when
Because you're just naturally wrong, so I'm never wrong. So
Third, Bill, did you ever eat at Joe Kelly's on Elm Street?
Joe Kelly subs?
Oh, yeah.
Yo,
That was good.
great.
Oh,
Definitely
yeah.
could have been
Didn't-
after show talk. This
No.
definitely could have been after
No.
show talk.
No,
this
this
has been the Simple Minds Sports Show Friday headlines, completely off the rails. August 14th, brought to you by Wild Basin, the best seltzer in the game. Go get yourself a Wild Basin. Ray already drank all of his. That's why.
Oh, I
he's
gave
such
him
an
away.
asshole.
I gave him away.
And we'll see you. We'll talk to you on Sunday. Thanks. Unbelievable.
I think this is a great show.
It was a great one. It was
This
a
is
good
a
one.
great one. I think this is a great one.